technology. Shop 25 Champion Plaza, Fama, Trelawney. Telephone 876-394-5484. Best apps. We only deliver the best.
Smart's Auto Company Limited is Trelawney's leading auto parts store for all your Honda, Toyota, Mitsubishi, Nissan, and Subaru parts. You want it, we have it. Come check us out for all your windscreen insulation, tires, and all those hard-to-get parts. 2021 is your year to get your dream car. Smart's Auto introduces its car mart located at Lower Cornwall Street, Falmouth, Trelawney. Call us at 805-4966 or 376-5385. Smart people, smart choice, Smart's Auto.
More Life Products presents The Herbalist and You, a health feature promoting alternative, healthy lifestyle with the use of medicinal oils, herbs, and spices. Join me, Charmaine Lewis, and Richard Erskine this and every Thursday at 7:30 a.m. for The Herbalist and You on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Cultural Mix, an exciting radio show, identifying and showcasing cultural diversity across the world through music. Join Bev Moonchild on Fit FM 96.7, Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. Cultural Mix, everything cultural. Tune in. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Know yourself, know your roots, know your culture. You're in tune to Cultural Mix with Bev Moonchild and Fit FM 96.7. Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. I'm Mara said it.
Last night I had a dream upon the four corners of the world, shone the light of love, erasing our hatred, greed, and pain, revealing to man what life's really worth. Yeah. 1,000 years. 1,000 years, 1,000 years of peace. 1,000 years, 1,000 years.
Cultural Mix.
1,000 years of
Every Friday afternoon 6 to 8 p.m. with Bev Moonchild.
War was an obstacle of the past, buried in the history book. Racism was no more, extinguished by a ray of hope. Yeah. 1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000 years of peace. 1,000 years, 1,000 years.
Peace and blessings. What you said, oh, but I sing. It's Friday, January 22, 2021, 29th. Not true. 22 gone from when? Grateful to be here. It's your Friday evening program, Cultural Mix. And from you see it, you don't have to ask no question, people. Cultural Mix is really going to be cultural this evening. We have in the house the Charles Town Maroons. People them travel all the way from Portland to come into Trelawney. So you know we're going to have an awesome evening this evening. And as you hear Imara with the theme song, 1,000 Years of Peace. And this evening, people, before we even do anything, come over here, sir. Busy signal would say, sound a big thing, but we are say, sound they are bang in the studios of Fit FM 96.7. And when you hear the sound of their bang, you know serious, whole heap of things are gonna happen this evening. You could feel that energy right there. We're going to talk to the person just in a little while, but let us go through a little of what we have to go through. We say greetings and salutations, people. We're here with you, and from here, they're bang now, you know you have to check in. So we want all the people to check in. The people on fitfmja.com, we are calling in one by one. The people in the different communities, we are calling you. It's a roll call this evening, so we want all of the communities to check in, and we all want all the parishes to check in. St. Elizabeth, check in. We want Hanover to check in, Westmoreland to check in, St. James to check in, Trelawney, everybody check in. We want all of the countries. And look here, we're going worldwide. So wherever you are, the continent of Africa, we want everybody. Our folks over there in the diaspora, we want you to check in. It is Cultural Mix with their host, Bev Moonchild. And we, of course, are in the studios of Fit FM 96.7. We would have started with our African word, but this evening we're going to start with a word of greeting from the Maroons. How would I greet the people, them? Aquaba.
Yankee Pong, bless all small free. Chankom Nani from Sikin Pepper.
No, man, go again, Miss Douglas, Colonel Douglas, go again. Speak up in the microphone so everybody can hear you.
Yankee Pong, bless all small free. Chankom Nani. God bless everyone here. May the Queen of Heaven look down on us.
Blessings. We're going to go into all of that in a little from now. So you know we are on social media, all the social media platforms, FitFM 96.7. And as I told you earlier, the people who are on fitfmja.com, we want you to check in. You can call this evening or you can send us a text message, 876-482-4944. That's 876-482-4944. You can check me out, Bev Moonchild, on Facebook. You can also check me out, Bev Moonchild Culture on Lifestyle and Lifestyle on Facebook, and also on Instagram, Bev Moonchild. Cultural Mix is everything cultural. Everything cultural, observing and highlighting cultural practices and traditions, cultural diversities. We do interviews, we play music, we interact with our listeners. And guess what? Because it is an interactive program, you know, we're either going to interact in the studios or we're going to interact on the phone or on Facebook as we go live. People are always talking to us, telling us how they feel and sharing with us, you know, how their feedback on the program. So invite a friend to like the Fit FM Facebook page, invite people to like Cultural Mix, invite people to follow the station. Last week I asked a question about Trelawney, and Jen Hugh, you haven't answered me yet, and I still really want to know if there's a district in Trelawney named Look Behind, and another one named Minosen Unicom. We want to know if those places were exactly places that existed or if they're still up and running. Look Behind and Minosen Unicom. Jen Hugh, and if anybody who knows Jen Hugh, who is a mother of storytelling, you're going to tell her to answer those questions. Minosen Unicom or Look Behind, two different places in Trelawney. So remember now, it is Cultural Mix, and we are here at Fit FM 96.7. We're streaming live, www.fitfmja.com. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can call us 876-482-4944. If you want to send FitFM an email, it is fitfm96.7 at gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube also. We think gone large, right? So we're here this evening for an awesome show. We want to say thank you to iShadrach, who joined us last week. iShadrach, trust me, people still talking about that interview and that particular song that you have now that is wreaking havoc all over the place. Legends, everybody talking about legends. And so we want to big you up, iShadrach. Keep soaring high. And when you reach higher than where you know, still remember us at Fit FM, right? iShadrach. It's Friday. It is January 29, and what a way for us to end the month of January and welcome February. you know, we have whole heap of things in store coming up in February. We are here last program for January and we're going out in style. But guess what? The Charles Town Maroons not only play drums and blow their bang, they also have an artist with them. And we're going to hear a little of his music from now. After we hear his music, Mercy. Is it Mercy? Merciful. We're going to hear Raspadam, Merciful. We're going to talk to Miss Douglas a little, and then we talk to Raspadam. All right, how that sound? That's okay. Okay, so let us hear, because it is talent. And we're highlighting talent, and we're highlighting culture, and we're highlighting cultural music. It's Raspadam.
Representing semi-production, Wempower lifestyle, wealth and power. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. I will cry unto you, O Jah, most high, perform it all things to me. He shall be sent from the heaven of Mount Zion, and the Spirit shall surely set me free. Man, I come from where lion there, hatred and fire there. Deep dark dungeon where the lion there. In the furnace of flames where the fire there. Give me pass, let me hear Selassie higher there. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Spears and arrows and their tongues are sharp.
Maroon child, I hear me. A song the bud, a song the tongue. Play it again, play it again. We tune in, a Picture FM 96.7. We tune in.
You know it's Raspadam.
Play that tune there again. We love it.
Semi-production, Wempower lifestyle, wealth and power. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. I will cry unto you, O Jah, most high, perform it all things to me. He shall be sent from the heaven of Mount Zion, and the Spirit shall surely set me free. Man, I come from where lion there, hatred and fire there. Deep dark dungeon where the lion there. In the furnace of flames where the fire there. Give me pass, let me hear Selassie higher there. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Spears and arrows and their tongues are sharp sword. Be thou exalted above the heavens, O Jah, and let thy glory shine above all the earth. Thee had prepare a net for my step, my soul bowed down. They have tickets a bit before me, but into the midst they have fallen by themselves.
Be merciful to me, O Jah, Raspadam there, and he's a member of the Charles Town Maroons. We're going to be talking to him in a little while. But guess what? Let us hail up Julene, because you know we are big up everybody, and Julene say Massachusetts in the house, tuning in. So thank you, Julene. We can always depend on your joy. Small, yes, welcome. And Thelma, we know you'll always listen to Fit FM and the cultural mix on a Friday evening. So thank you, folks, for tuning in. Keep talking to us. We love it. We want to interact with you always. This evening, we have a different kind of cultural mix. All right? And beside me is the one and only Colonel Marcia Douglas from the Charles Town Maroon. Welcome, ma'am.
Akwaba.
Akwaba. So when you say Akwaba to me, how do I respond?
You can either say Akwaba or you can say Medasi. You say welcome. Welcome in Maroon language it would be Mante.
Mante.
And I can always respond by saying Akwaba or Medasi.
Okay. So I'm going to welcome you, Mante.
Medasi.
Ah, perfect. How was the journey, first of all, from Portland into Trelawney?
The journey was smooth.
Smooth?
Yes.
Yes, because when you say, I'm here, I say, what?
Yes, it was really
quick.
smooth.
Yeah,
we
that
didn't
was
even
quick.
come at an extra speed. We were just
right
there.
Smooth sailing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. So, I don't know if I've ever seen a female colonel.
Well, there was once a female colonel after Nanny.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was some male colonel. There was there was a captain female colonel, Justina Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
And then myself after Colonel Frank Lumsden.
Okay, after Mr. Lumsden transition.
Right.
Okay, you would have taken up. How has it been a colonel?
Well, it is not too easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have things that sometimes you go to your bed at night and you find yourself sitting up because you're trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like carrying an entire basket on your head, wondering which way to put it down.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to do the journey, so there's no putting down until the journey is complete. But I mean, it is fun at some of the time because I mean, when you get to interact with the kids or the children, or you get to go to the different Maroon communities and so much more. Meet the different agencies, your own staff, your drummers, your dancers, your kitchen staff. You will have fun there.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you have to think about the business aspect of it, then that's where you really be thinking.
Yeah, we're going to talk about all of that and how it is being in a Maroon village and growing up, as a young woman in Charlestown. We're going to get deeper with you, but we just want you to, greet the people out there who are viewing, those who are listening, and to know that when we get ready later on, we're going to have deep discussions about what you do at Charlestown and some of the things that are going to be coming up, and really what it means to be a Maroon and living in a Maroon village. But because we want to give Raspadam his own little highlight, I'm going to be talking to him because he's an artist by himself.
Yes.
Outside of being a member of the group. So thank you, Colonel Douglas. We're going to come back to you, but let us just talk with Raspadam a little and then we come back with everybody. So let's hear Merciful Oja again from Raspadam. Merciful to me, Oja.
Merciful to me, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Be merciful to me, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. I will cry unto you, O Jah, the Most High, performing all things for me. He shall be sent from the heaven of Mount Zion, and the Spirit shall surely set me free. Man, I come from where lion there, you treat and spy out there. Deep dark dungeon where the lion there, in the furnace of flames where the fire there. Give me pass, let me a Selassie higher there. Be merciful to me, O Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Be merciful to me, O Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Spears and arrows and their tongues are sharp sword. Be thou exalted above the heavens, O Jah, and let thy glory shine above all the earth. They had prepared a net for my step, my soul bowed down. They have tickets a bit before me, but into the midst they have fallen by themselves. Be merciful to me, O Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge.
With Raspadam. Welcome back, everyone. It is Cultural Mix, your Friday evening program. And of course, I'm your host, Bev Moonchild, here at Fit FM 96.7. Just invite a friend to invite another friend and tune in. Stay with us for the next hour and something. We will have an interesting program for you this evening, as usual. He's sitting beside me. You just heard his music. He's Raspadam. He's a member of the Charles Town Maroons, and he's an artist by himself. Welcome, Rastaman.
Blessing. And I will say, Yanking Pong, bless all smarty pray, Shang Pong Nani come sick in Bebwa. That meaning God bless us all, and may the Queen of Heaven pour down our richest blessing on our daily proceedings.
And you said the Queen of Heaven, me just feel good, when me hear that. May the Queen of Heaven.
Is it not?
Yes, because
Mother Nature, man.
Yes. So, welcome, Raspadam. Tell me about the name, first of all.
Well, the name Padam derives from a Maroon terms meaning sounds of the drum. And actually, I get this from my older brother, Warren Douglas. Big up yourself anyway there. Actually, me and the Colonel's brother and sister. Because
I didn't know.
Yeah, my name is Delano Douglas, or Captain Douglas in the Maroon community.
Okay, so we're Padam.
But Padam means sounds of the drum.
Okay.
So that is my indigenous name that really defines who I am.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So right now, presently in my community, I'm the master drummer and the leader of the musical element of the council. So that is really my one of my responsibilities.
Okay. So as an artist now, how you balance the two of them?
Well, they kind of intertwine, because actually the vocals that I really sing from is what I've earned and what I've grew up in from my musical and live performances with the Maroon Council. So that is my background, my training ground, where I really learn to sing and learn to appreciate music from all different aspects of life.
Wow. Growing up in Portland, right?
Yes, born and raised.
How was life? Because this is Cultural Mix, so we talk about growing up and early life and how it was growing up as a young youth in Portland.
Well, growing up as a young youth in Portland, comparing to how I see some of the youths today, I think I have more fun in my time because I grew up as a country. It's a farming community, so you go to the farm in the morning. You have to tie out the goat and all of them stuff there. And at the same time, you can't just come home, but you still have to reap some vegetable and some of these things before you come home. I know you have to bathe and stuff before you go to school. So, it teaches you to be responsible.
You can't tell no young youth no about go tie out goats?
No, very few. Maybe some of those in my community because it's a natural stuff, Not just a very few youths right now. You can tell them about tie out goat or anything about raising an animal. You can even tell them about agriculture.
I go look feed now and something. The rabbit feed and so.
The last time I see some youth, I'm doing a tour and see them, I show them a system. I say, what is this? They say it's a melon. So I laugh and I cry. I just yeah. So it's a whole different generation. So it is showing that we have a lot of work to do to really educate and to help sustain and to ensure that our legacy and all the history and all the knowledge that we have is passed down to the next generation. This is the only way we can save our beautiful island of Jamaica right now, is to rekindle our culture and pass it down from generation to generation and make sure we're passing down it properly. Yeah.
So to be a part of this Maroon village and to be a part of this group now is not anything new and not where you have to make no extra effort. This would have been your lifestyle.
This is my life. This is who I am. This defines me. This is my birthright. I was born a Maroon. I didn't choose to be a Maroon. So this is our natural inhabitat.
So in Charlestown now, is it a community with everybody there being a Maroon? Or you have a separate area where that's the Maroon village and other people live?
Well, we have freedom of choice, meaning that it doesn't matter what color, what nation, or who you are. Anyone you want to marry to, you can marry to. But our term is blood follow vein. So we know that it takes 46 chromosomes to make a child. So 23 for the male, 23 for the female.
You're going to biography, I know.
You know what?
Biology. Yes, biology, not biography. Yes.
So you know, blood follow vein. So your father's gene or your mother's gene will always be your gene. It always be abide in you. So if your mother is a Maroon or your father is a Maroon and the person, the next partner is not, that doesn't stop you from being a Maroon. That doesn't stop you from taking part of your culture.
Okay.
It is your birthright.
Okay.
But for me, I'm a true blue. Both my mom and dad is a Maroon.
Are they alive?
My mom, and she's listening in Florida. Right
Shout
now.
her out, man. Shout her out.
So big up to Miss Veronica Wallin Douglas, my mother. Love you always. Thank you for raising me. You know, love everything that you do. Big up Elaine and all of my other people, them and fans that's watching right now, you know. So blessing, you know. And R.I.P. Daddy, you know, your raised were good. And you was the best father ever.
How important it is to have parents who really bring you up good according to how you say it. How important is that?
Very, very important. Because my family was consist of 7 children. All right. And out of the 7, I was the rudest out of them all. I get the most beaten 3 times a day, 7 days a week.
And right? You're not going with self. He gets much beaten.
Very rude, very, very hyperactive. You know, our parent when the parents is strict. And my father is not a man to jump and beat her because he won it times and times again. So for him to beat her for something, you must do something. Yes, he don't do. He's not the type of abusive father. No. But it was for a purpose. It was to get me in line and get me ready to be the role model I am today.
Do you think we kind of let up our children nowadays?
Yes, sometimes, and I feel like, yes, we do because, all right, check out how stuff are today. Everyone have a gadget and everyone is hooked up to the internet. So sometimes as a child, we used to go around and we tell stories and we used to play a ring game. We used to play a gig. We used to do a lot of stuff that we have for fun. Today, everybody does on their phone.
In the same house, do you know?
In the same, even on the same bench.
Yes, man. Yeah.
And nobody's paying anyone any mind.
So that kind of break down the family, not true?
Break down relation, break down everything. Break communication, which is key.
You have children of your own?
Oh, God, a lot. And I love them all.
No, hold on. No. Hold on, Raspadam, because a lot is on a lot for two.
Yeah. Somebody have to find the food channel.
Me don't want to ask you, but you can answer. Because a lot, they sound like something I want to hear.
When me say a lot, it does not mean if they are even not my biological child, they are still mine.
Okay. All
right, so I get 4 child for myself, last one.
Where you get them? I want store?
No, with my baby mother. Big up yourself, Nicole, love you.
Okay.
Kenisha, Rob. Actually, a family of Bob Marley. Our family is related to Bob Marley and stuff like that,
Yes,
but,
man.
Big up the Jews done massive same way. Mama, Tina, Errol, everybody.
So you have other children now that you take care of like they were your own children.
Yeah, from they are small as well, and they really play a great impact in my life. And I also have a big daughter named Samantha. So big girl, Samantha Douglas. And actually, the song Merciful that you're playing was given to me by my beautiful little daughter called Asante Douglas. That was named from our previous Colonel Franklin Lumsden.
So how did the song actually come about?
I came in from her because I do construction for a living outside of my Maroon duties. So, so I came in from work one evening and my daughter stepped to me with a Bible. I said, Daddy, see one song here? When I look into the Bible, I see Psalms 51. And I look at it, I say, yes, this is a song. And I hug her up and I kiss her and I go in the room and lock all 2 doors. And I start write this song. And I say, you know what? If I get an opportunity, from that day I say, if I get any opportunity to do one song, this will be the song. Because everywhere I go and I sing this song, I get the same type of response, So yes, I really love the energy, and I really big her up a lot for this song,
Let me hear it again. Merciful Oja.
Merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. I will cry unto you, O Jah, most high, perform it all things to me. He shall be sent from the heaven of Mount Zion, and the Spirit shall surely set me free. Man, I come from where lion there, hatred and fire there. In the deep dark dungeon where the lion there, in the furnace of flames where the fire there. Give me pass, let me hear Selassie higher there. Be merciful to me, O Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee.
Yes, Raspadam, that song really have a little vibe about it. You hear it and it just bring you in a one kind of peaceful, kind of meditative mood. So me really can understand. So I hope this will open doors for more songs for you.
Actually, I have a next release called High Grade, which was released on the 8th of January. So you can go online. It's on all digital platform, major digital platform out there. So you can just go out there and check
and
out.
Look for
Raspadam.
Yeah, man, I like this one. And I'm sure Fit FM is going to be rotating it.
Yes, man.
Because guess one of the things what we want to do? We want to spread positive energy. There is enough negativity that is happening outside there. Some we have control of, some we have no control of. So we don't want to add to the negative energy that is out there. We want to be positive, and that's what we do at Fit FM, and that's what we do on Cultural Mix. We spread positive vibration. So once we hear the music and it have that positive something there, we're going to be pushing it. And this is one that I personally, I like it. And we are going to be pushing this one. Be merciful. And the fact that you tell us the history of the song too. How old is your daughter now?
She's 5 years old right now, presently, Yeah, man. She's going to be 16 in May.
In May, and she could have give you one song.
At the age of 2.
This is a blessing.
Yes, I.
This is a blessing indeed. It is a blessing. So we want to big up that kind of, because it would have to be something where I should just present it to you. It is coming from a deeper place.
Yes, definitely. I know that.
Yeah. And she's a messenger.
Yes.
She's a messenger.
Yes.
So we want to heal up that energy there that your daughter have. You talk about the Queen of Heaven, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And we have to grow the princesses and grow them into queens, respectable queens.
Yeah, man, we love daddy, boy. No, mommy, we heartbeat, you know it already.
Mommy. Mommy, your heartbeat. Yeah. So, Raspadam, we are so glad that you could have just stopped by. Still, you're in the group, so we're going to be seeing you.
Yes,
and just share your particular experience with us. How it is now, what things are going. We know COVID kind of call up some things, but how is it with the group?
Well, we right now, our main focus right now is to sustain and to make sure all the kids are getting in their education properly. So we try to facilitate everyone at the Asafo Yard right now to do their online classes and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
So that is our main focus right now, is to make sure our next generation is getting their proper education.
Okay. Colonel Douglas will talk to us about the Asafo Yard when she comes back in the chair. But things seem to be happening. Any major thing that's going to happen up in Charles Town that, we can come and look at? Our things always are going.
Well, yes, from time to time. And we have a competition, a best kept community competition coming up in, February?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can, I will further give you the proper date later on so you can get to come forward and...
Best community competition?
Best kept community.
Best kept.
And it's also with poems and stuff like that as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Best kept competition.
Yes.
So, Miss Douglas, you will talk to us about that. And of course, we will make the trod into Portland. So you'll be seeing us. But we want to thank you, Raspadam.
All right. Blessing. And I want to make a special shout out to Diesel Records, Semi Production, 2020 Vision, Gova, all of the Charles Town Massive, Portland, Kingston, wherever you are listening to Raspadam. Love you all. Blessings.
I will love you too, man.
Right,
take it easy.
Thanks.
And we continue with the group later on. Blessings and light, Raspadam. All the very best. And thanks for coming. We really appreciate it.
The shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. I will cry unto you, O Jah, most high, perform it all things to me. He shall be sent from the heaven of Mount Zion, and the Spirit shall surely set me free. Man, I come from where I am there, you treat and spy out there. The deep dark dungeon where the lion there, in at the furnace of flames where the fire there. Give me pass, let me Selassie higher there. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Spears and arrows and their tongues are sharp sword. Be thou exalted above the heavens, O Jah, and let thy glory shine above all the earth. They had prepared a net for my step, my soul bowed down. They have tickets a bit before me, but into the midst they have fallen by themselves. Be merciful to me, O Jah, for my soul.
Be merciful to me, O Jah, and we're asking for mercy. Don't we need mercy in this time? Welcome back. It is Cultural Mix, and I am your host, Bev Moonchild, in the studios of Fit FM 96.7. Fit FM is on all digital, on all platforms, whether it is Facebook, Twitter. Look out for Fit FM, YouTube. It is Fit FM 96.7. You can call or you can send us a WhatsApp, 876-482-4944. We want to big up the fitfmja.com family, always with us, because, you know, we stream live 24 hours, right? So the people who tune in via fitfmja.com, we really want to big you up. Thank you for always tuning in to Fit FM, right? You can send an email, fitfm96.7 at gmail.com. It is your Friday evening program, and we have started on a high, so it can only get better as we continue. We just heard from Raspadam there, and I was so impressed with him, you know, having that song there from his daughter. We can see how important it is. He spoke about in growing up. We see the importance of positive influence from the family, having mother and father, or mother or father, who really want to stand firm and be behind you and raise great princes or princesses into kings and queens, because that is what we really want in this Jamaica. People, we have a lot of work to do, as Raspadam said, but we don't lose hope. When we see groups like these and the things that they do in the community, we know we have hope, and we know things are going to get better. So Colonel Douglas is here, you know. We're going to be hearing some drums later on, don't worry. Things soon get hot, man. So Colonel Douglas is here with us. And I just want to pick up a little, Colonel, because Raspadam was saying the focus really is for the children now, because of the COVID, you know, and things kind of slow down, to really have the children getting their education at the Asafu Yard. You want to tell us a little what the Asafu Yard is?
So the Asafu Yard is a space that back then the Maroon would have built themselves a battle. So we made the Asafu Yard to be sacred place.
Mm-hmm.
So in those days, they would have gathered inside there. They would have select their warriors. They do their dance, the drumming, healings, and so much more. Today in the Asafu Yard, we do have the celebration, which takes place on the 23rd of June each year. Mm-hmm. So it's over a 4-day period. So on taking those days, we'll have the conference, which is 2 days of conference, 2 days of well-intense celebration happening inside. We'll keep our meeting inside the Asafu Yard, and we'll keep that space sacred. So we wouldn't have any dance, any party, or nothing like that inside there. So we have opened up that space today for our children. Now, inside that space, we have a good social distance space. And when I say a good social distance, I mean a good social
And the
distance.
space is big enough.
The space is really big. And so we have the babies, which are the smaller one, on the stage. Now, our stage is big enough to accommodate 12 baby children without jumbling a good 3 feet space. And then in the interior of their software yard, we have at least 20 children spaced out using the internet on their gadget. And in the learning center, which is across from their software yard, we have another 7 children. That was made possible through IAF, Starfish Foundation, JCF in itself, and some other local donors.
Who would have given you what? Tablets and so? Or the
IAF, IAF gave us the laptops for the computer center.
Okay.
Starfish Foundation gave us the laptops, sorry. IAF gave us the funding like for lunch and to buy papers and other equipment, and to aid the teachers that are there. They're not being paid fully, they're just getting aid from them for now. And JCF had done some repairs there, also IAF Foundation, and also the other local donors have bought the headsets for them, so you don't hear another child's class.
Wow.
So each person have their headset,
wearing their own headset.
So they can hear when the teacher talking and they can answer their teacher because it have a mic on it.
And so on.
So they are focused on their work. So it is like a school within so it's a town within a township. I would call it that way because they are there doing their own business within one space and boundary.
So when you said a software yard get technologically savvy, technologically focused.
Well, we are from the Abeng to the internet.
After all,
that is our motto, from the Abeng to the internet. And that motto was made by Colonel Frank Lumsden because he said, yes, our foreparents use the Abeng, we still use it. But where are we today? How can we incorporate the two? So we can use the Abeng to raise an alarm if there's a fire, right? We can get on the internet to alert someone to say, okay, we are having Zoom class this evening at 5 o'clock. So it's from the Abeng to the internet.
So both of them working.
Both of them working.
The Abeng and the internet.
Yes.
So you spoke about the Abeng to raise an alarm. I have here the when do you sound the Abeng?
So the Abeng is generally sound on different occasions. So sound for the birth of a child, the death of someone, when there is trouble in the community and they need an emergency meeting, we use it for the fire alarm system, for New Year, for Christmas, for just having fun to communicate with the ancestors. Or, you know, you want to communicate with another Maroon, but not speaking words from your mouth. It is also used for that.
This is interesting. So it is that something urgent happened.
Yes.
And we want to meet everybody.
So they would blow the Abeng to say, come see, come see, come see.
Where the Abeng blow? Where the Abeng blow? Where the Abeng blow? Then now a child is born.
They say, baby born, and if you have the name of the child, like for example, the name of the child is John, they say John born, oh, right?
So it another thing that come around here, Sir Abeng Blow, because this is interesting. We're talking culture people. It is cultural mix, and this evening is really deep Maroon culture, our traditional heritage and our traditional cultural lifestyle. So a child is born, or a man and a woman partner a fight, and we need people to come rescue the woman because maybe she's been abused by her husband.
So you blow, come see.
Come see.
Right. So they would say, come and see what's happening.
So how the Abeng, what kind of sound would we get from the Abeng at that time?
It would sound urgent.
Make we hear the urgent sound.
You want to call?
Call people for come.
People.
Yeah, man. We want to call people
You
for
don't want
come.
to tell somebody to come and they don't want to come in.
Uh-huh.
You can call both the living and the non-living.
We don't want to call the non-living yet. And everything is life and everything is energy. Right? So we want to communicate with the ancestors.
I'll say, come see, but I won't tell them what to come and
see.
I don't want to send a wrong message.
Okay,
So
okay.
he will just say, come see, come see, come see. Oh, listen for come see.
Okay, so how we do the sound if you blow it?
All right, listen.
All right. Yeah. Come see, oh. We hear it.
Museum, when we have a tour, at the museum, when you do have a tour, it can go to Abeng to call drummers and dancers, but they're not at the museum at the same time. And I can tell the community that people are here, we're having fun.
Hold that one with sound.
Listen. So I know that you are doing the interview, but where in that message did you hear we are having fun?
Towards the end, it sounded as if it was towards the end.
Yes.
We have fun. Like I could
sing
hear
that
it.
one
Yes.
Out, so
Yeah.
everyone know it's time to have fun. It's time to enjoy yourself. Come on, go dance whenever that's
So this our ancestors them internet, you know.
Yes. And the first wireless means
And
of
the telephone, yeah,
communication.
wireless means of communication is the abeng.
And after the Abeng say, come on, have fun, it's time for drumming.
And then you have the drumming and the dancing.
So me get the cue.
So you know when they come now, and
Me
you
get
hear
the
that
cue, so
sound,
them have to come, yes.
you know to get ready.
Yeah, me get the cue. So look at that, the means by which the community communicates with the use of an abeng. Look at that, and people would have learned the different sounds. People would have learned the different energy that comes, because there's the energy that comes from it when it is blown.
Right.
And as he said earlier, we don't want to call people, and when them come, we don't have nothing to tell them.
Right. It has to be something happening.
Yeah.
And that is why I believe in the Sankofa bird.
Yeah.
So it takes from the past
and bring it forward.
If you notice.
So you're wearing a Sankofa. Yes. We saw look at the Sankofa bird.
They go back to the tail feather to take from the tail feather to maintain the body.
Okay.
Preserve the future.
Wow.
So in one way we preserve our future in Charlestown is by having the museum. Where we showcase the artifacts of the museum, things that our foreparents had used, things that they have given to the community, like the copper pot, which was used to make the sugar.
Yeah.
The fish pot. No, fish pot was invented then.
Yeah.
So the maroon fish pot is made with bamboo and wire.
We're going to talk about that because the drummers are here.
Yes.
So we said, come see, we're having fun.
Right, and now we are going to show you the preservation of our music.
Okay.
So our Maroons, they would have used rum. Right? So
come around a little, yes.
One way to use the rum is to wet the leather of the drum, which is goat skin.
Okay.
So
come right down beside me around here. So
yes,
you can hold. You can hold. Okay, no problem. All right, no problem. All right, and the So people, we're just going to get out of the way, make the drummers do them thing.
Drum.
All right? And then we'll come back and we'll talk.
And then you can shake your head here?
Yeah, man, we're going to shake your head.
All right.
We're going to shake more than head. The people them know me,
You know it's Rasper that representing semi-production. Webbow lifestyle. Wealth and power. Be merciful to me, oh yeah. For my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. I will cry unto you, O Jah, most high, performing all things to me. He shall be sent from the heaven of Mount Zion, and the Spirit shall surely set me free. Man, I come from where I am there, you treat and spy out there. In the deep dark dungeon where the lion there, in the furnace of flames where the fire there. Give me pass, let me Selassie higher there. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me. Be merciful to me, oh Jah, for my soul just stayed in thee. In the shadows of thy wings will I refuge until these calamities passes over me.
Granny Nanny, oh, yeah,
Yes, man. Yes, man. People, it is cultural mix.
It is indeed.
Cultural mix indeed. Woo. Yeah, it is cultural mix. It is cultural mix. And we are here certainly enjoying yourself. You have your chair? Yes, man. Good. Maybe just two of them or so. We're back with you, folks. After all of that, we're back with you. We're back with you. We're back with you. It is cultural mix, and people, you know, I would have enjoyed that. You know me. You know my style. That we would have enjoyed that from the Charles Town Maroons. Somebody's saying, who is Rodney?
They are being blower.
Okay, somebody was saying, Rodney, get up and dance. Leon.
Oh, that's his mother said.
Oh, his mother. Okay. Leon, get up, go dance. And Mario Gardner said, big up my friend them. Okay. So all your folks are bigging you up. It is Cultural Mix, and we are in the studios of Fit FM 96.7. Of course, I'm your host, Bev Moonchild, and the Charles Town Maroons. They are in the house. We're going to take a break right now. When we take a break, we are going to be listening to, I think it would have been at Emancipation Park that you did this performance. So we're going to risk up, because people, may I tell you that dancing was something. When I saw how the drummers get into the thing, I'm saying really, once them start playing the drum, Miss Douglas, like them just gone.
It's like, even if you're sitting down and you're not in the vibes to move, once a drum is playing, it's like something just literally pull you up, you know, and start rocking you. So you find you start shaking your head until, you know, the entire body is in it.
How it was for you as a child, though, growing up in Portland, Charlestown?
Well, as a child growing up, as my brother said, our parents were really strict parents. And so we were bound to mostly our house, to the farm. But yes, we did things that, generally children at that time would do. We go to the river just the same. If there is a maroon dance now, when you go to that dance, you sit down and observe.
Yeah.
Unless you were taken over by the spirits or the ancestors, you don't move. But, you know, you sit down and you observe. There are times when you can actually dance in it and so on. So they used to have maroon dances at certain houses in the community, or at one point in time out in the square, but they would have done the dance.
So you're saying there are times when you go to a maroon event and you have to just sit down and be quiet?
Yes, because sometimes the seriousness of it, what it entails, you know, so you can't be in the middle of it. Because one, you are, as a child, don't understand, and two, you're there to learn. So you just have to sit down and observe.
Okay. Do you have children of your own?
Yes, we both have one.
Okay. How do you you don't have to really teach that child anything about Maroon, because that would be, is a daughter or son?
It's a daughter, and
that's
it's
her lifestyle.
Yes.
There's not anything new.
No. Actually, she performs with the group.
She performs with the group too. Okay. I asked you earlier about being a female colonel, and you had said that there were other females before. But how are you managing as a female? What kind of support do you get from the males, the men?
I get excellent support, believe you me. If, for example, I go to a function and, you know, to be seated, I have my captain, my captain or majors. You'd see them sometimes with a bag. You think it's their bag, and they will ensure that I'm seated. They will ensure that I get water. If I need anything else, that I'm well taken care of.
So tell me the structure. For example, for the Maroon, so we have the colonel,
right? Captain, colonel, majors, captain, secretary, treasurer, assistant treasurer, council of elders. We have the council.
Okay.
And then a secretariat. Now the secretariat rides shares across the 5 Maroon villages. So all the colonels and maybe 1 or 2 members of their council and the lawyer, which is the man of justice in the.
You have a lawyer in the training our system or the Maroon system.
Well, I would say that both, because I mean, even though he had went to law school as a Maroon, you know both of them. So the
Maroon law and the law as we on the outside would know it.
And we also have a gunman. Now the gunman was she was installed right there in Charleston. Gunman Gloria Sims.
Yes, man.
Who had introduced us.
Yes.
Big up yourself, Mama G.
I talked to Mama G.
Yes. Right.
She was on the phone with us. Yes.
Yes, she installed right there in Charleston by the Surinamese. And yes.
So when you're installed now, what happens?
It means that you have a title that you carried on and you should work according to.
Okay. What are the different Maroon villages across Jamaica?
So we have Flagstaff, which is in Trelawney Town, a compound town, which is in St. Elizabeth, Moortown on the eastern side of Portland, Charlestown is on the western side of Portland, and Scots Hall in St. Mary. There were other Maroon communities that, I mean, today they are down, like Ambassadette, which is also in Portland. So it's further up in the Rio Grande Valley.
Okay.
And you have Hayfield, which is in St. Thomas.
Hayfield, yes.
Yes.
My husband is from that area in St. Thomas.
Then we need to check out your husband then.
Yeah, man, you can talk to him
right
from this. So tell me now, you said a compound, right?
Yes.
So there are times when all of the villages come together.
All right. So since recently, a compound of their celebration, which is the 6th of January.
Yeah, I remember.
But this year it was done via Zoom. So we, as the Maroon communities, were on Zoom.
On Zoom.
You know, getting together with them. If it was not on Zoom, if it was not COVID, then we would be down in a compound. In June, like I said before, we have our own celebration. Whether it's a 4-day or a 3-day period, I think this year would have been 3 days, entails the 23rd of June. Right? So we have to keep the 23rd. Why?
Yeah, tell me.
On the 23rd of June, 1739, was when Quo signed the peace treaty on behalf of the Windward Maroons. That treaty, after it was signed, our foreparent went back to Old Crawford Town to settle, but found out they wasn't at peace there, so they were having fuss against with each other. So what they did was to destroy Crawford Town, then move to Charlestown proper, where we settled today. Some went to Moortown, Eastern Portland, some to Scots Hall, St. Mary. The peace treaty was signed on the Spanish River in Buff Bay.
You talk about Crawford Town, and I remember interviewing Mr. Crawford.
Yes.
From Executive Director at the Institute of Jamaica.
Yeah.
And he spoke about Crawford Town.
Yes.
And that he's from Portland.
Yes.
And he's a proper Maroon.
He is.
So Mr. Crawford, we want to thank you again, sir, for talking with us on Cultural Mix. But here we are with the people who live in Portland now, sir. And I know if you were here with a drop foot when you heard the drums. So in Charlestown, you are the colonel.
Yes.
When you move, for example, and you go and visit another Maroon community, what is the protocol kind of? How are you received? What happens is from colonel to colonel?
From colonel to colonel. So always greeted by the colonel. And if a colonel come in, I greet that colonel. So we greet, we talk, we discuss.
Do you stand to greet each other?
Yes, we stand to greet each other. So it's like,
okay, so you bow out of respect.
Right, out of respect. So you greet each other, and then we some colonel would take strong drink as it is part of our African culture to bring strong drink when you enter someone's house. So
I didn't know it was a culture, but I realized we practice it.
Some would do that.
Strong for truth.
Yes.
We know, because we smell it. Yes. And I noticed I worked in St. Thomas for over 10 years. And you know St. Thomas is known for kumina.
Right.
So when you know kumina, you know you have to smell it.
Yeah.
And I noticed I noticed this evening that, you know, we saw where it's not only for the drums though.
No, not only for the drums. So it is used to purify the habeng, to wash the habeng, you know, and it is blown in the air, giving our ancestors some. And also to
wash your face.
Wash our faces, you know.
White rum. Yes, man. It is cultural mix, folks, and because it is cultural mix, there are practices that some persons will not tolerate. We say tolerance here because everybody has their own practice and their own culture and their own traditions. Heritage is culture and culture is heritage. Some persons have been socialized otherwise, and some persons have really lived the African way and really have it as their lifestyle. So when you hear Colonel Douglas talking about the rum and putting out some for the ancestors, that is part of the Maroon tradition, part of the Maroon heritage. Some persons might want to turn up their nose and say, it's dopey business we're talking about. But to understand that without, people say four parents, you know, and forefathers and so on, but we say ancestors.
Yes.
And some people are afraid to say ancestors.
Some people are afraid to say ancestors, but if they take it from another level or another aspect, who was before us? We had the Tainos. Who helped us. You know, if you go into the caves today, you will see carvings. They weren't just made there, the Taino did them. And so we have a Taino chief or priest in Kingston, Cacique Kalan, which I'm going to give you that link to, please, so you can know more about the Taino heritage and where Taino Maroon come back.
We want him in the studios of Fit FM 96.7.
And I'm sure he's listening. So
Chief, we know you're going to come down to Trelawney, sir. Please and thanks. Yes, you're going to come down. Because one of the things, we only read about those things in our social studies books about Tainos. They didn't even call them Tainos. What did they call them?
Arawak.
Yeah. Arawaks. And we don't know from whence that came, but we have now come to learn that these people were Tainos.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Tainos helped the Maroon in some way. They had their own ways of doing things. Their
own culture, their own lifestyle.
But when they had what the Taino teach them, how to actually use the inner part of the cave as a refuge, or to use the water, or to read the sun, all those, you know, with what the skill they had, they were able to overpower the British. The Tainos were, I mean, a bit weaker than the Maroons. They couldn't withstand hardship, but then they passed on their knowledge. So it's from a long time that the Sankofa bird have been working.
Talk to me about the Sankofa bird, because we had just passed over it before the drumming. So talk about the importance of the Sankofa bird and why you wear it now.
All right. So on the door of our museum, if you come to Charles Town, you would see the Sankofa bird. There's also the Andes, which are the Adinkra symbol of the Sankofa deity. The eggs that are there on that door represent the future. So when the bird takes oil from the tail feather, it grooms the body to take care of the future. We are like the Sankofa bird, so we go back to a foreparent time. We take the knowledge that they gave us, like how to cook in the ground, how to, ripe the banana without using any chemical, how to plant the banana and to ensure that it grows, how to put down the yam and let it stay for 1 year and you still can eat it and have nice, soft, fresh yam at that time. All those things that they teach us, it's going back into the past. taking them and using them today
shape,
as a lifestyle.
To shape the future.
You know, right, to shape the future. So you're not only living it, you're teaching it back to your children. And the reason for putting the Sankofa bird on the museum is to ensure when they go inside there, they see the artifacts, they know them, they know what they were used for and how to use them.
I like the Sankofa bird. I think I may have, where did you get that one?
Well, this one was the recent Colonel Sankofa bird.
Okay.
Yes.
So I forget a Sankofa bird because.
But I think if I talk to Bloodums, African, he's known as African on Facebook, so you can FaceTime him and he can source them. He has a way to source them from Africa.
Bloodums?
Yes, or Africana.
Bloodums.
Paul Williams.
I know him, man. I know him.
Yes.
So Bloodums. You couldn't tell me that Bloodums. He's African.
Yes.
African.
Yes.
On Facebook. Yes,
Right.
my friend.
Right.
Not only a Facebook friend, but my person. No.
All right.
So you couldn't tell me your name, Bloodums, bossy.
You see,
So,
a man have a
name. Yes, we can talk about the names. But we're going to take a little break and then we come right back to the discussion.
Yes.
Really, really nice discussion here.
Cultural mix every Friday afternoon 6 to 8 p.m. Bev Moonchild and Fit FM 96.7.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Cultural Mix. We are really having a really awesome evening this evening. Cultural Mix, turn up this evening. We are closing out January with a buzz. Not only buzz, with drumming and chanting, and the abeng is blowing. And we're going to hear the abeng again before we finish the program. We are talking to Colonel Kim Douglas from the Charles Town Maroons, and people, you don't understand it until you hear it. So just imagine the people who are actually living this kind of lifestyle, pulling forward this kind of heritage that they have grown to see, grown to know as their own. So it's not what them learn in book and have to remember. This is their lifestyle from day to day. So we want to thank you so much for coming, Miss Douglas, along with the crew. Earlier, before we took the break, we were talking about the fish pots, the maroon fish pots.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
So the maroon fish pot was used by our foreparents because they didn't want to be standing up there and trying to use the junga spear to,
to catch fish.
That would take a lot of time, and then the British could track them down. They could always leave the fish bar and go away and then come back to get them.
Okay.
So they would pack rock bar in the water, slant within the water. At the end of the rock bar, the fish pot is made with bamboo and wire. So you see the funnel shape.
Okay, for the fish to come in.
So the fish come down and hiding from you and I. But when you get there, take it up, you get
a nice catch of fish.
Right. And then they have different times that they would set it. It just like the moon is coming on and, you're going to get that little rain of the moon. They would set the fish pot and, they could catch enough fish to feed the village. So we still use the maroon fish pot in our community.
You still use it now?
Yes.
Wow. So most of the principles you would have still kept as a group?
Yes.
As a community, rather?
Right. Because, even the way they would jerk, because back then they would jerk in the ground, even though some people use the pan to jerk in. If you come to the Asafu Yard and the museum, on a tour and having lunch there and one maroon style jerk, it would be done in a pit.
In the ground?
In the ground. Now, when you do that, you trap the flavor. You trap the taste, the flavor and the taste. Now, people would say if flavor and the taste is not the same thing. No. The flavor is what you get from the trees, like from the pimento, the pepper held, and so on. So instead, that goes out in vapor, you trap it inside. But the taste now is actually how it feels on your tongue. That soft, chewable feelings. So you trap that too as well. And it will be done so nice with different color that you wouldn't even want to heat it the way it's beautiful. You understand me? But when you heat it, you just want to get more of it. So they would done the jerk in the pit using the pimento, the pepper helder, the French thyme, garlic. Hardly anybody would use any we wouldn't use any powder seasoning. We'd use
powder seasoning,
pepper, bird pepper, and just maybe some salt on it. But then you'll have that flavor that you're looking for.
Yeah, so it's not really the salt you really want.
It's not really the salt that you want.
It's
the natural blend of the spices that you use.
And you talk about jerk. So the Maroons would have been the original jerk people.
Yes. Because when they were hiding from the British, they had to cook their food. And one way to do it was in the ground. And so when they hunt the wild boar, they would have dug that hole in the ground, placed fire inside, then layers of sticks across, and on top of the layers of stick would have been the meat, and on top of the meat would have been the leaves with burst flavor. And so they would cook, it would stay there, cook in the ground. The British wouldn't have seen the smoke from a distance. So even when they found out that the Maroon were here cooking, the Maroon would be long gone. Because they didn't raise a smoke alarm.
So the wild boar is the same thing that people call a wild hog?
Yes, it is.
So do you still the Maroons now in Charleston or maybe any of the Maroon villages, they still hunt wild hog?
Well, you will get it further up in the valley from Charleston, like people from probably Bangor Ridge or even in Moortowns, because sometimes when we need wild hog, we go over to Moortown and buy them.
Okay.
So yes.
And coming back from the hills of St. Thomas.
Yes. You'll have a lot of wild hog.
Yes, in those regions.
Region in Moortown you'd have coney, but coney is now under the protected species.
So you can't trouble the coney.
Trouble the coney.
Yeah, my husband tell me about wild hog. They used to go in the hills and catch wild hog.
Yeah. So what I do now, When they catch the wild hog, I get the tusk and I make jewelry from it.
From the
wild hog tusk.
Mm-hmm.
So make a pendant or earrings or so much more. So you use everything, back then they would use everything to make anything they want. They didn't have a shop or supermarket. Their trade was, I make something that you need. You bring two bartering, come give me and collect what you need. And if I need something from Master Joe, for example, 2 coconut, I bring him 2 seed of banana and collect the coconut. So it's bartering.
So that's where we're going back.
That's where we're going back. I can see that clearly.
That's where we're going back, because when the new system, and let's not even talk about the new system, but it is going to take us right back. So if we don't understand how to live as a community now, dog nyamu supper, because very soon this thing that we cherish called money, it is going to be of less value and less value and less value. And we have to go back to that old traditional lifestyle of, you spoke about bartering.
Yes.
I have something what you need. I have a skill that you may need. I come and I work for you with my skill as a plumber or as a tiler or whatever. You have food that I need.
Yes, so you collect that worth of food, that value in food.
So we really have to go back to that kind of life. And I'm telling you, for all of us who can't flex, I tell you, we say it already, dog nyamu supper, because we have to understand that it is a community now that we really are going to survive from.
Exactly, and that is why it is important to take care of our community.
Yeah. How about the elders? How are they treated in the community?
Well, the elders are treated with respect. You can always go and sit at the feet of an elder and expect to hear some things that, the Maroons and so on, they would give you advice when needed and so much more. Because I realize it's a younger generation and it's their time to rest and our time to work. So
they have the stories.
Right.
The elders have the stories, I always say.
Yes.
And we are to really love our elders and respect them. Children, you earlier said it's not that you have to teach them because it is their lifestyle.
Yes.
But before COVID, they were going out to different schools outside of the communities.
Sure.
How did that kind of outside influence, if at all, affected what you would have practiced in the community?
Well, the going outside was more experience for them. They would experience an outside world, an outside life. But then it brings more interest in them, because people want to know about them, where they're from, what they do at home, how they dance, want to learn the dance, want to come visit the museum. So through those children, we'll get people coming inside. So people will want to know more of what we actually do. So people place interest in them as well.
I was, when the drummers were here and I was looking, I said, look at that. You were all dressed in blue. Me never talk about no color coordination. And here me come with my blue, I don't even know what these things called.
I went purple. Yeah?
This thing on my head up here, so. Turban. And I'm saying, look at that, what you call that now? That, I beg never blow for say, we're blue.
No. Well, it's a connection through the spirit. So, you would normally have a certain thing that you want to wear, but then out of the blues, you just feel comfortable with your blue.
Yeah.
It's not because you want to wear blue, it's because the spirit said to you, say, take the blue there, man. It's blue day today.
Yeah. And then when I come now, I say, what is the energy is right.
And then you're not only in blue, you're also in purple background.
The purple to the purple.
It's just, enhance what you're doing.
I want to be a colonel. But you can only be a colonel if you grow up in the Maroon community, right?
Well, not necessarily if you grew up in the Maroon community, because you can be a Maroon and do not grow in a community.
Okay.
Because if your parents had migrated before, but you can always come back.
How do we trace our Maroon heritage?
You use your grandparents. I normally use first the grandfathers.
Okay.
To find the surname. Why do I have this surname Douglas? Where is it coming from? And then I go to my grandmother, which is still on my father's side. Where is she coming from? How do I know that I'm a Maroon? Then I go to my mother's side now, and I said, okay, I know my father is from here, and my grandfather is from here, and my grandmother is from there. Where's my grandmother on my father's side from, and my mother's side from, and where's my grandfather from? Am I a Maroon, a true blue, or I'm just a maroon picking. You
What's the
understand?
difference? The difference is
So the difference is when both parents are maroon, you're a true blue.
you're a true blue,
But when one parent are maroon, you're still a maroon, but a maroon picking.
maroon picking.
Yeah.
Yes, so we might be just maroon picking, Julia.
So we can do that trace and we can find out.
Yes, man, I'm interested. Certainly, my Imara might be true blue. I don't know because he is really into the maroon kind of coming from out of the hills.
You
of
never
St.
can
Thomas.
tell. You never can.
So we're going
tell.
to trace it, Imara, and see.
St. Thomas,
Yes.
through the Kunukunu Pass,
Yeah.
you never can tell.
So it could have been maroon, true blue, and not just picking.
Right.
Yes. And then that would have bring me. Oh, you're coming now.
Then your children will be considered
picking.
stronger side,
Maroon
which is
picking.
the father's side,
Oh.
not the mother's.
So me lost. Oh, anyway, we would still be there with
Yes.
the maroon energy. So much to learn and so much to understand. Some of the things that you do, I heard you earlier talk about some of the support that you would have gotten, financial support
Yes.
from agencies or financial support from grants agencies or aids, you know.
Yes. So we have JSIF. JSIF has done so much for us. Ready One, they had helped us with a solar, with the kitchen, with refurbishing the museum, the stage, and the restroom. So we had 2 little wooden restroom, and they built a complete restroom block for us. So it's 4 nice bathroom and a shower. So they that came through Ready One. We are moving on now to Ready Two, which will soon start up with JSAFE.
So that Ready One would be the first project,
right?
Okay.
So Ready Two is the one that they are working on now. So as soon as the red light goes, then we are ready. We have IAF now, Inter-American Funding. Someone would say, "Why you gonna America gonna get funding?"
I'm glad you asked me. I go ask it too.
But I mean, it's where the help is that you need. No, we're not looking at America as in America. We're looking at the donors and their interest. So they are interested in culture and in a development that we have, the farming, the so on, so on. So IAF came to us and meet us at our needs. So they didn't stand above us and dictate to us. They come down to our level.
Okay.
And they decide it's what you want that we are going to do. It's how you want it to be done that we are going to do it. They didn't choose a consultant. The consultant that they would have chosen is eliminated. So we had a project manager, Rodney. Rodney Rose is a project manager. And we have the accountant, which is Sam Johnson. We have Director Michael. And we have the community at large that works within the project. So even the drummers out there, they work on the project too. And so they decide,
all of these people that you're calling are from the group, are from the community.
From the community.
There's not anybody come from the outside.
No.
Come manage your project for you.
No. So they work with the community and do the project as we would want it. So what they did was to refurbish a part of the Sophia, just refurbished now. We still have the stage area that we're going to redo again. The kitchen, if you see our kitchen now, if you come inside our kitchen, you know, if you can't cook, you go want cook.
Okay.
Because the kitchen is just holding you inside there.
Yeah,
So it's a beautiful kitchen. The prep area is also beautiful. And they're going to they expand the craft shop. You know, so the craft shop was a little tiny box that you sell from. Now it's a big enough craft shop. You can move around in it and select your different craft. And we are going to make a craft center where the craft is actually built and grown and people can see the craft building and grown and can also pay your money to build the craft and receive it after. Right? And then we are going to have the at the River Park now. The River Park, they had a little, you know, first time, old time kitchen.
Yeah.
Right. Now they build them a good kitchen at the River Park. IAF, see that down at the River Park, they need a sturdy.
So there's a river at the River Park?
There is a river. Right.
At the River Park.
Right. So there's a river at the River Park. So the kitchen is built. Outside, you can cook outside same way. Nice fireside, you know, them first fireside,
Yes,
mostly
man.
fireside where you're cooking, that is there, and nice like a sheltered area, and they refurbish the bar, and they are going to do some more work with us.
That is IAF,
Inter-American Funding.
I wonder
And
if we can
also
get
they
some
help.
funding there.
You know, if you applied, you know, they can write, and they will ask you how you learn about us. And
Okay. Just
once you
mention.
mention me, they will call me up.
Okay,
All right.
good.
And so they have they help with the sustaining of our children to ensure that they stay in school. So stay home, stay in school. That's the whole thing about it.
Since the COVID. Okay.
And they had reached out to the community with COVID relief funding. All right. So the Orphan Starfish Foundation is another interesting donor. They actually did the computer center.
Okay.
And they donated 10 laptops, not one, not two, but 10 laptops. And they are going to even give more, you know, so we are just waiting on them. They are doing the computer classes. They are responsible to get our children computer literate. So they are paying the computer teacher to teach them how to use a computer.
And this is happening now?
It is happening every Saturday.
Okay. That's good. So things are happening. Colonel Douglas, what do you like about being a Maroon?
Before I tell you what I like about being a Maroon, the IAF is also doing the best practice, which they teach the children how to keep the community.
That's the competition you're talking about? We're going to talk about the competition. It's just when I hear you talking and how you speak of the Maroon community and the things that you're doing, I am saying to myself, what is it that you like about being a Maroon? If there's one thing,
what is it I like about being a Maroon? I am different, indigenous, set apart. Someone have to want my culture. It's not every culture that is out there. You have to come to me to know my culture. You have to come to me to live like me. So in Charles Town would say, live like the Maroon for a moment or a day. So that is what you have to actually do. It showed me a great level of understanding because I learn different. I learn about the herbs. I do things within the first period, not like now that, you know, everything you just let it up and let go. You think first what you're going to do, then you look your particular herbs that you want and you do it, or you do your dance your own way. Not saying I don't know today's dance, I do. And I go to today's party too. But my culture is my culture.
That can't come out of you.
That can't come out of me. So when anything else can leave, my culture stay.
It can't leave you.
Can't leave.
You talk about the herbs. You see, we're gonna come to the competition. The herbs that you talk about, how important is having the herbs in the community? What are some of the herbs that you can say go to if you have a headache right now?
If I have a headache right now,
Bev Moonchild, you have a headache, the headache at the front or on the top of your head or at the back, wherever. Go and pick this kind of thing and put it on your headband. Or what are some of the herbs?
All right,
you can just talk about.
So like the tuna. The tuna is good for all different pains. So it doesn't matter where you have it. You can always just put it around your forehead and strap it on. And it extracts the fever that causes a pain. The cocoa art is something that you can put on your head. It also extract the pain. The cowfoot leaf.
No cowfoot leaf.
All right, that one is a very big leaf.
No.
But it is used. You can extract the medicine from it to drink, or you can put it on your head. But you might have to come at us and let me show you the leaf.
Yeah, I don't know the cowfoot leaf. I think I may need to know the cowfoot. So we talk about the herbs. Another thing that I want to find out from you, you see, how do you live in relation to the sun or the moon?
Well, we use them both. The moon is what you use to really pick your herbs. But the sun, you also use it to know whether or not you can pick it at X time or not. Because there are some herbs that you have to pick before the sun up. Some herbs you can pick just as the sun going down, but you cannot pick herb for medicine after the sun is down.
I heard that growing up, the old people would say, once you say night come down or it start to dusk, you can't go outside, go pick nothing.
No.
We always hear that kind of a thing.
But just before the sun come up with a dew water on it, you can pick the herb.
What about just regular mint?
Regular mint, all right. So they would pick mint in the morning when they wake up for tea. Regular mint they can pick at any given time. But if the mint is asleep in the night, what I normally see my parents do is they shake the tree and talk to the tree and wake the tree to ensure the tree is properly awake and moving about
before you go. And as you talk about that, it brings me to something that I would have seen being practiced. For example, now you have some water that you need to throw outside because you know you never have kitchen inside to use the sink and so. And you have some water where you need to throw outside, but outside is dark. I would hear a little mumbling and something because you know just want to throw water out the door so in the darkness. You know, so you see a little thing and then you throw your water.
Right, so you're not just stay inside and dash, as they would say, the water, because you might duck who you don't want to duck, right?
Yes.
So they would beg pardon to be throwing out the water at that hour.
Yeah.
And talk, and then they pour the water to the side.
Yeah. I know.
It's something I've always seen. The first time I saw it, I asked my grandmother, "What is that you're doing, Grandma?" And she said, "I am talking to the people you can't see. I'm telling them that I'm throwing out the water.
Tell them to excuse come
me,
out of the way.
Come out of my way."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody making a comment there? Okay. So, oh yes, Leon Weir is saying dry, watch out.
Yes.
So, watch out.
Yes. So it's like they said, watch it there.
Yes.
Yeah. No, give me pass.
Excuse me.
Yes.
So we have people here who well, Leon Weir, she just take over the thing, so.
She's using her spouse name is Dane Henry. Big up yourself, Dane.
Oh, it's Dane.
AKA.
So yes, Colonel Kim. Great Yen Kunku.
Picky Bo.
Me can't make them. And then we have Paul Falcon. He's saying good. And Paul again, Afro. Roxanne Rose is saying Colonel Marcia for you. All right. Julene May, good people stay one side. Oh, that's what you would say when you dash out the water. Somebody in Massachusetts saying, good people stay one side.
So in every country, in every Maroon villages, because in Suriname, when they're pouring out the water at night, they say, Pa be, Pa be. They are begging pardon and throwing the water out.
Forgive me for
pouring it out.
And Lama,
yes.
Yes, she into the thing so much. Thank you for that interaction. Thank you. So a lot of people have been grown up, not necessarily in a Maroon village, because I wasn't grown up in a Maroon village.
No.
So you see,
it is everywhere.
The lifestyle
of an African.
Yes, it is everywhere.
Yeah.
So whether you are Maroon, whether you're full blue or you're
white amigo.
White amigo?
White amigo.
That's which one now?
Yeah, not a Maroon, but
yeah, none at
all. Or you just grow in a Maroon community.
Yeah, white amigo.
You learn the practice, yes.
So so may I have a white amigo?
No, we don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
When we do the search,
I want to find a place somewhere.
Your energy tell me else otherwise. So I need to check you out.
You can't stop me, Julia. You cannot stop me. You can't stop me at all. I love. It is cultural mix, ladies and gentlemen, and we're really having an edutaining kind of cultural mix. So we're learning and we're being entertained here by the Colonel Maroon from the Charles Town Maroon. Blessings Colonel came from Taino family.
Wow. Big
Blessings. So the Taino, so we want to make a link too with the Taino family, because one of the things that we need to understand is we are not separate. We are one people with one aim
and one destiny.
And if we really ought to come together and we really have to live as a family, then we have to know each other.
Exactly.
Some of your practices I might not share, some of my practices you might not share, but we are one people. And a lot of things have come to kind of separate us. So them come and them say, the Maroons sell we out, so we know nothing with them. Because then they turn we over to the British when the British. But then we spoke with Mr. Crawford, and he kind of did put that in perspective for us. Because as he said, some of the languages were not known to the Maroons. So they were actually tricked, really.
And some were hired slaves, some were paid slaves.
Yeah.
So they were
can't just broad brush
no.
and say Maroon this. So we kind of learn to understand the history and understand really what happened before. And if we have to heal, then we have to come to the point where we are honest about everything and we chart a path to move forward. So we are one people. We're not separate at all. What we want is for us to understand the journey and understand the people and understand now. Because some of the things that happened then you can't take responsibility for it.
No.
You just have to know now, say, that happened and we are not going to find ourselves in that again.
That happened and we're going to try to live as one.
Yeah, live as one. So we are one people, but this evening, really, we have learned a lot from you, Kim, Colonel, and one of the things that I'm impressed about is the fact that you traveled from Portland to Trelawney.
When the Maroons were fighting their war, and the war was over in a compound, they traveled all the way to a compound to fight. And when the war was over in Portland, they traveled back all the way over in Portland to fight. Right? And they walk it. They didn't have car and bus or donkey or none of that. So, you know, when you have your work to do, when you need to get out your culture out there, when you need to let people know what is happening in your community and or what you need to be done in your community, you have to go the extra mile. And so that's what we're doing.
So we really appreciate it, because when you told me that you will come, I may say from Portland to come into Trelawney, I don't know, easy drive that, you know. But then you came here so quickly too, just like that. So we really want to say big up to the group headed by you and your support here. You look like you now leave you 1 inch, you know, fly pitch by you, you know.
That's the next half of me.
Yes, to give you that kind of support. And that is what we really want, you know, if the family is going to really be strong. We have to have the balance. We have the male and we have the female, and none is trying to outdo the other. It is just a balance moving forward. And as the leader being here, I really appreciate the fact that you have the thing together and you could have come and really put things in perspective for us. We would probably need another 2 hours to really get down in a real Maroon history.
You see the history is a lot, you know.
Yeah.
But don't worry, I'll be available again, and I'm also going to link you with another colonel.
Yes,
so you can get more of it too as well. And you know, welcoming Black History Month, February, with you know the Maroon tradition. You know, the Maroons were the first freedom fighters, and so we were so blessed to be here. You know, it's chills me.
Yeah,
to know that it's we are here on this occasion and that we can actually do it together with you.
Yeah,
Fit FM.
I want you to give back. I want to hear from the Trelawney, the Flagstaff Maroon.
I'm going to get his link and send it.
Yeah, because I realized that there's a colonel. I was watching some interview with you and him in Trinidad.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes. So I wanted to give me that link. So because guess what? We have a platform here, and I think we can use it to bringing the culture together.
Exactly. And with the culture together, you retain your country, your community, and your education.
So these cultural retentions are retentions that we need to hold dear to us. Our culture is our heritage. and our heritage is our culture. And it is the culture and the heritage that is going to guide us. No matter what people want to say, some things go, some things will never change, and your culture will never change. Your heritage will never change. Who you are is just who you are, no matter what you put on. No matter what you put on, at the end of the day, who you are is who you are. So I want to kind of bring that kind of community together, and we're using this platform here, Cultural Mix at Fit FM, to kind of bring things together so people on the outside can understand. Because when you hear about Maroons, you think of some different people where you never see, and them look different, and them live one different kind of life.
Right.
But when you look and you see that the Maroons are really people like me and you.
Exactly.
But the heritage that they have is what separate them.
Right.
Or what identify them, not separate, but identify them. And we're really honored to have you here at Fit FM on Cultural Mix. And we want to big you up. We're going to be talking to you a lot because I think there is much for us to do. We, COVID or not, we're going to be coming over into Charles Town. We'll take our time and work things out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think we have a lot to do bringing the young people, spreading the word forward. Because people who come to Jamaica, you know, is the culture they come from.
Exactly.
You think they come from Sun and Sea? Well, maybe, you know, you can get Sun and
maybe they do a little Sun and Sea, but
Yeah.
right now, they're just aiming for the culture.
Because Sun and Sea, you can get that in Cancun, you can get that anywhere, really.
Right.
But the culture and the traditional heritage of the Jamaican people is what people really come here for. And I think even in this time when you talk about COVID, there are some things that we can do now and use this thing to our advantage. And I think that is what we really need to do. So I want to big up Mama Gloria. She really made the contact with you for me.
And
after I spoke with her, yes.
And I'm so blessed.
So
Mama G?
Yes.
Big up yourself, darling. I soon come home.
Yes, we want to big up Mama G. Really.
But guess what, Miss Moonshine? If I don't big up these people, I can't go home, you know.
All right, talk quick.
All right, so big up my daughter Jamokia Rose, my niece Deshanti Wall, the Shania Wall, the Shari Wall, Samantha Douglas. I soon come from the dance for me. And big up Xavier, big up the old CTMC children. See you tomorrow at Best Kept. So big up yourself.
Talk to me about Best Kept now.
So big up Leon Ray, Lema, grandma babysitting until I come back, and sister Roxanne Rose. I soon come. So the Best Kept environmental best practice is what we are getting into tomorrow. So it's a workshop that begins at 10 a.m. To 12 p.m. That's 12 in the afternoon at the Asafia Charles Town, where the children will be learning how to keep best kept their community. So they are going to learn the best practices they can use to keep their community clean and to plant things and so on. After which, in February, the last Saturday in February, will be the competition where they can enter by doing a song, a dance, music, or so much more. So it depends on what they learn that they are going to use for that competition. So best practice.
Tomorrow at 10.
Tomorrow at 10.
So it's the people in the community, with the children, as a matter of fact, the young people.
The children, people, adults, anybody can be a part of it. So they are going to do it tomorrow.
So Roxanne Rose, is it Roxanne?
Yes.
She's saying Yeking Pong.
Yenking Pong.
Yenking Pong. Bless all.
Bless all smart.
Bless all smart. Okay. Yeah. And Kalan Robert, Akan Katu. And so it is. That is Arawakan. Yeah. Okay.
And Ankatu.
That's the Taino chief.
Right.
Okay. So you're going to make that connection for us.
Yes, I will.
Thank you so much, Colonel Douglas. We want to hear the Abeng before the Abeng taking us out. Yes. The Abeng started us, and the Abeng take us out. We are saying to you that was our first wireless communication.
Yes.
Tool of communication.
See, you're a Maroon girl.
Yeah.
Learn fast.
And we now leave it out.
Right.
So we start. So we are
in. Yes.
People on Facebook who tuned in, we really want to big you up. We want to tell you thanks. You are the persons who keep the program alive, who keep the station alive. The people who tuned in on fitfmja.com, we really want to thank you so much. All the people who are listening on the 96.7 band, we want to thank you so much. The people who tuned in on YouTube, we want to big you up. All the persons who call other people to come, we want to thank you. We are leaving January with a bang. The month of January, and we're going to invite now February in style. Lots of things to happen in February. Whole heap of things to happen. Black History Month, Reggae Month, Jamaica Day is happening, Bob Marley. Whole heap of things is happening. We want to thank you, members of the Charles Town Maroon. We want to thank Russ Padam, your brother. Yeah. What a man of energy, man. Yeah. When I play the drum, he coming like him going to one different world. I was watching him. Really, really nice energy. We want to thank everybody. Rodney, we want to thank you so much. Take care of Colonel. And make sure ants don't go near to her. Bless up everybody. And we're going out, people, with the sound of the abeng. Well, busy signal say, sound the big thing. We are saying, sound the abeng. Thank you, everybody. All the best. See you next week. All being well. Take care. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your Sunday. Cultural Mix out. Bev Moonchild out. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Fit FM. Bless up, everybody.